So I'm going to lay out a super simple client acquisition funnel that I've used in the past for my own self, and one that I'm using for some clients right now that I'm working with actively. And it's very straightforward, it's super simple to understand, and it's worked across different industries and niches. I've had good results with it for some SEO clients. I've had some pretty great results with it for a business coach that I'm working with. So I'm just going to lay it out. It has 4 steps to it. And the first step is the top of the funnel, which is LinkedIn content. The second step is profile views or profile visits. The third step is email opt-ins. And the fourth step is 2 to 3 emails per week. And I'm going to explain what each of these mean a little bit more deeper here in a minute. But at a high level, these are the 4 steps that's involved in this funnel. So if you don't like doing DM outreach, then this will especially be good for you because it doesn't have any sort of DMs or cold outreach in it. It's basically a funnel that only involves content and email marketing. And so the first step of this funnel is LinkedIn content. And for this funnel particularly, the content types that you gotta run is ones that will want a person on the feed or a reader to want to click your profile. And so good examples of this is like client results. So client result content, case study content, story-based content, basically things that someone will see on the feed, and naturally it will want them to click on your profile and visit it. And the key here is that you always have a CTA either at the end of the post or somewhere in the comments that redirect a user to visit your profile. So you can say things like, check out my featured section, or check out my profile. Things that basically drive a reader from the post to your profile. And so this eliminates a lot of topics that you can post about if you're running this funnel. And one of the main ones that this eliminates is just straight up offer posts. So a lot of people I've seen on LinkedIn, and this is the case for clients that I've worked with, is they run straight up offer posts where they say like, I'm making you an offer, these are the results that I helped get, and they might show maybe some past proof, and then there's like a book a call link, or the CTA will be to go to their profile and book a call or connect with them. And if we're running this funnel, we don't want to do these types of posts. And the reason for that is because generally from what I've seen is that people don't want to be pitched to unless they're asked. And so if you make a offer post on the feed, that is an example of being pitched to without asking for it. And so always avoid, if you're doing a funnel like this, always avoid offer posts or offer announcement posts in the content itself. That will be something that we do in the email marketing part of this, not the content. So to reiterate, the content types that you can run here are client results, case studies, and storytelling content, which will make your reader want to click on your profile. Now, once they're on your profile, that leads to step 2. So step 2 is a profile visit. And the action that we want somebody to take when they're on our profile is to opt in or download a lead magnet or subscribe to a newsletter or some variation of this. So the important thing here is on the featured section, there is at max 2 things, but ideally only 1 thing. So ideally only 1 thing. And the reason for this is because when someone visits our profile, we want to eliminate all friction possible, and ideally we only have 1 specific action that they can take, and that is to opt into a email newsletter or opt into an email list by downloading a lead magnet or subscribing or whatever. So for a business coach that I'm working with, just to give you an example, so I'm working with a business coach right now. Their main offer is one-on-one coaching. One-on-one coaching for seed funded startups. So these are startups that have raised anywhere from $100K to maybe $1 million in funding, and their main result that they sell is they help companies that have gotten seed funding to increase their revenue and get to the next round of funding, which is the Series A funding. And so on their profile, they have a lead magnet, and they only have 1 thing on their profile. So one thing in their featured section, which is a lead magnet, which is a 5-day email course. And it's a free one. And in this 5-day email course, so they have day 1, which is kind of their backstory. So this is someone who has grew a tech business from 0 to $20 million in annual recurring revenue, and so they've been through the process of getting seed funding, getting to a Series A, getting to a Series B, and then ultimately exiting the business after a Series B. And so they have that experience, and so their day 1 email is their backstory. And then their day 2 email is value-based educational content. And this is from day 2 to like day 4. And so in these 3 emails, what they're talking about is things like how do you use your funding, your seed funding, to grow your revenue? How do you find new customers? How do you find new venture capitalists? Some of the terms and some of the things of VCs who are giving seed A funding look for. Some of the questions that they ask when you're reaching out to them for seed A funding, and all sorts of things. But day 2, day 3, and day 4, they have massive amounts of value that they give in their email. And then on day 5 is kind of like a closing email, and it says something. So here is where they give a pitch. The pitch they give is that if they're looking for one-on-one consulting or coaching, then you can book a call here. And if they're not ready at this time, then continue to keep an eye out on their emails, because they're going to be sending a weekly newsletter around these topics. And so that's basically what I just laid out is step 3. So step 3 is basically getting someone to opt into the email, to the email sequence, the initial one, and sending a 5 to 7 day educational email sequence. And then finally, step 4 is just, so at the end of the step 3, once the prospect gets the final email, they're automatically then put on the person's regular email list, and they'll get anywhere from 2 to 3 emails per week of educational content. And the themes here are similar to the 5-day email sequence. It's all about solving very generalized pain points that their prospect goes through. So in terms of like the business coach who helps seed funded startups, it's all about how to get new customers, how to set up multiple marketing channels like affiliate marketing, how to retain users, how to prep for the next round of funding, how to hire people, when to hire people, things like that. There's basically so many topics that they can talk about that there's not a lot of like repetitive content here. And the key thing here is that at the end of each email, there is, so after their signature, there is always a PS with a CTA that says something like, when you're ready, these are the ways I can help you. So when you're ready, these are the ways I can help you. And what they have is they usually have 2 links. One is a call booking link to where they can talk about getting one-on-one coaching, or if they're not ready for one-on-one coaching, or if they don't need that at the moment, then they have a second offer that they can give, and that offer is a group coaching. A group coaching program where they get to meet other people in a similar situation and sort of have a group coaching environment that they can participate in. And like I said, this is a super simple funnel. It doesn't take any outreach. It is just straight content, value-based content, and waiting for people to book a call or take that next step on their own. And so this naturally makes the sales process a lot more easier because when people are coming, effectively, people are coming inbound from this. And so his close rates are, I mean, some months it's been like 70%, but I would say at the minimum, like he closes 50% of the time, which is, I mean, that's like almost double the industry standard. So, and the CTA thing where, you know, in the email they have the CTA of whenever you're ready, these are the next steps you can take. A lot of the big creators on LinkedIn, they're using that exact thing. One example I know is Justin Welsh. He's, as far as I know, that's the CTA that he's been using, and it's worked quite well for a lot of people. So super simple. It works very well if you have a strong offer with strong content and a decent sized following. I wouldn't recommend this if you're just starting out and if you have a very small audience, because it does take time to build up some credibility and some trust, and also it takes a lot of reps before you find content and writing and email broadcasts that really convert. But once you have it dialed in, it's super easy to run this. My client, they spend anywhere from like 3 to 4 hours per week on this entire funnel, and they net at least like 2 to 3 new clients per week. So it's absolutely insane. So 3 to 4 hours per week for 2 to 3 new clients per week. It's insane. Anyways, yeah, so if you found this useful, let me know. Curious to see what kind of funnels people are running and what's been working for you. See ya.